Hi, everybody. It has been a while since we were last together, and so today I'm really excited to share this garden shed display and matching journal as my first project back to crafting since welcoming home a baby girl a few weeks ago. For this project, I used the digital collection, which is titled Whispers from My Garden Journal, Spring Edition by Shabby Art Boutique, and it is available for members of the craft room. This kit embodies the vibrancy of new life and new beginnings in the spring, and it embarks on a path of discovering beauty right at home in your own garden. A bright color palette of friendly colors, it is a reminder of beautiful things that are all around you. My dad built a garden shed out of heavy chipboard and wood with shingles on the roof, and it is designed to model the gardening shed imagery that is from the collection. The shed door opens, and there are some gardening tools hanging on the inside of the door, and those are removable. And then the entire front also opens to have access to the tiny little journal that's inside. I think it would be so fun to decorate the inside of this shed with gardening miniatures, which is why I wanted the entire front to open, and then the journal could just sit beautifully to its side. And bear with me, please, while I just try to take this out with one hand. I should mention that the floor design of the shed that you can see there is the only paper that is from a different Shabby Art Boutique collection. Everything else is from the Whispers from My Garden Journal kit. The stone pathway is made from hardened clay that I baked in the oven. The mold was just long and straight, but I really wanted a winding pathway, so I just used a putty knife to make the path wind through the flowers, and then I painted it after it had all hardened. I printed all of these vibrant, colorful flowers in varying sizes to try to construct dimension in her garden. So there are some really tiny flowers in the very front, and then medium size towards the middle, and then the large, taller sizes are in the back. These flower boxes are made from leftover pieces of heavy chipboard and painted to match. I used the blank gardening markers to type names of herbs that maybe she's growing in her garden, and then I stuck those right into the boxes. Now that we've taken a look at the garden and the shed, I would like to show you the mini journal, so I'm going to take you upstairs to my craft room to do that. So this is the darling little journal that just slides right inside of the gardening shed for safekeeping. And she is 4 inches by 5 inches tall. And I used the 3.5 by 5 inch journaling pages for the papers in the actual book. The cover is actually made from 4 little pieces from a Cocoa Krispies cereal box. So I wanted it to be nice and sturdy. So there's just 2 pieces glued together for the front and 2 pieces glued together for the back. And then what I did was I printed off the beautiful journaling pages from the collection. I tore them into varying size pieces, and then I wanted it to have a really muted but clean whitewashed look, just like the gardening shed. So I kind of just collaged all of the papers, and then I took a paintbrush and I just lightly painted some gesso over. And so you can see how everything is just really muted and soft, very dainty and feminine. And so I did that for the front and obviously the back, and then also the inside covers that I'll show you in a moment. The spine is little scraps of vintage fabric, and you'll see when I open it, it's all very loose fitting, and that is because the journal pages are not actually connected to my cover. I sewed on a little vintage button and the cute little yellow butterfly from the ephemera pieces. That is in this position with the wings up, like she had just landed on this cute button. And I have her this way using the Glossy Accents by Tim Holtz. So it's nice and sturdy, and she'll stay in that position with a nice little gloss to it. So did I show you the back? I can't remember. There was the back. So when we open her up, the journal itself is removable. And then here's the inside. And honestly, the reason I did that, I was my own worst critic for this journal. This was my first time coming back to crafting since having a baby, and I don't know, postpartum is a crazy time, but I definitely was my own worst enemy. And I just kept going back and forth on what did I want to do with this journal? What did she want to say? Which direction was she going? And I finally just gave myself a gift of grace. And I said, let's make it impermanent. And that really helped me a lot by not having it be so finalized. And it was very, very freeing. And I actually took that into consideration for decorating the rest of the pages, which I will explain as I go through it. So for the journal, this is what she looks like here. Lots of color, just very fun, lighthearted. And so the first page has this little journaling card, a little piece of thread. I did some sewing, and I always leave the thread pieces because I like that. Little scrap of vintage fabric here. Journaling tag. And one behind it. And that just clips on right here. And as always, each page is its own pocket. Just a piece of butterfly tulle. And I use these flower fussy cuts here as a tuck spot, a little pocket for some observation cards. So those just tuck right here. And another little piece of fabric. I love this. I thought this was such a cute idea from the kit. So in the kit you get the little clipboard. You also get this additional piece. So I used just 2 little brads so that it actually looked like a real workable clipboard. And here is all the black and white imagery as if the woman is sitting in her garden and she is drawing her observations of the beautiful florals that she sees. So the clipboard goes right into this pocket here, and the pages stick over the top. There is a tab with a little apron, gardening apron. And here is this journaling tag. On this page, I thought this was so lighthearted and free. The cluster of fabric here I matched with a little resin keychain that I made. This was a white daisy, and I just painted it light pink and added these blue flowers to match the pink gingham and the blue fabric. So that's just a resin dangle. And the fabric pocket then holds just a little flower, piece of ephemera or a fussy cut, and a magnifying glass with some acetate inside and some journaling space here. So I think this page is a really good example to kind of describe how I was feeling for this journal. So like I said, it was my first time coming back to crafting since my new baby girl was born, and I struggled just getting back into my mojo. And I think the reason why is because usually when I am crafting, I spend way too much time really focusing on perfection and making sure everything matches perfectly. And I think I couldn't do it this time around mentally. I wasn't in the right headspace, and due to time constraints. So I gave myself the gift of freedom. I love how all these butterflies, I left them loose so that it looked like they had just landed somewhere. But anyway, what I mean by that is I wasn't super meticulous about being a perfectionist and matching everything and coordinating everything. I picked up a piece of fabric and I glued it down, or I sewed it down. I picked up a fussy cut and I glued it down. So for this page, for example, I would have never probably matched this green fabric to this blue page. I would have, picked up on this blue here or something on the opposite side for my matching cover page or my matching pocket. But for this one, I picked up this green piece of fabric and I glued it down and I said, let's just see what happens. And I love it. So it was a very freeing and therapeutic experience for me. And I hope to be able to continue that in my journals as I move forward. So if you're familiar with my artistry, if you're familiar with my work, you probably can tell that this journal is a little different than my norm, and it is more free. And I also thought that was appropriate because flowers and gardening, it is free. It's where the wild things are. So thematically, it made sense. This is 2 baskets, and what I did was I printed them twice, and then I just cut this bottom part to glue right here along the edges to make a basket. And so she has her gardening tools slipped inside. And then these are little markers for the garden, and they come blank. And so I just went into Cricut Design Space and I typed in these herbs, thinking that she's going to go and she's going to plant her seeds for her garden. So she needs her little markers, and they just slip right into her gardening basket. And there goes her tools. And the tab here is a charm of a little watering can. A little piece of vintage fabric. I enlarged the gardening boots to make these a tuck space, and this is a little tuck spot right here too. And all the pockets in this journal are empty. Some room for journaling. Oh, just kidding. This one's not. This one has a little piece of ephemera in it. So does anyone else? Yeah, this one does too. Look at it. I surprise even myself. This one has a journaling card inside too. Who else did I miss? Yep, this one does too. Okay. Gosh. Okay, surprised even myself. So I just made another little resin keychain, and this is a little hydrangea flower with some other random things that I don't know the names of. My mom has always been an avid gardener. I did not get the green thumb from her. I got the reading gene from my dad, so I don't know what this flower is. You'll have to tell me. But I'm actually... The reason why I'm not a gardener is because I am completely petrified of snakes, or just really anything that's going to crawl or slither and surprise me while I am in the garden and my hands are deep in the soil. Oh, I'm scared to know what's going to slither past me or crawl on top of me, and I just can't do it. Can't do it. So I did not inherit the green thumb. I wish I did, because I know that there's a lot of beauty to be made. This is a little flower pot. Charm hangs off of that tab. And I think this might be my favorite page. I like the little sewn-on flower there. And again, I would have never mixed these colors of the yellow with the blue tab and the green and the pink, even though, you know, when you look at this, it all coordinates. I would have never thought to do that. I would have spent too much time being paranoid about matching everything to the same color palette. And I love how it turned out of mixing everything together. So for this page here, this is some white tulle. This is an acetate pocket, and I just sewed everything around. And then inside, this whole page is a little shaker. So there's little daisy flowers and yellow hearts. And so the whole page is a shaker. I won't go too crazy shaking it around, but it does move. And this is a seed pocket, or seed envelope. And then I printed the same little black and white drawings on cardstock so that these could be used as journaling cards as well. If I could get over my fear of snakes, I could handle the spiders and the worms and the slugs and all that. If I could get over my fear of snakes, then I could do the gardening. But I know there's snakes. We have lots of garden snakes in our flower beds, and I just can't move past that. I loved using the fussy cut flowers, enlarging them and just gluing them down here, here, and here, and using them as a tuck spot. But again, it was also really freeing just to have them loose, and they can move around, and perhaps they'll be used as a bookmark one day, or just a little love note to a friend placed in somebody's lunchbox, you know, for a child. Who knows? Who knows what will become of that flower? And here's a little tuck spot too. So I was really proud of myself for giving myself the gift of freedom to just gracefully move through each page, grab a piece of fabric, sew it down, glue it down, and see how she wanted to turn out. And this is just a purple pressed flower from my yard that tucks right here. And this is a pocket as well. And she just closes with this scrap of fabric. And I think this is really fitting too. Look at this. Even my scrap of fabric that I would normally cut to be absolutely perfect width on each side is clearly not. Super thick at this end and really thin on the other. So every single thing about this journal was very freeing. So I think it was appropriate that this was my creation this month. And so this just ties like this. And I hope to be able to continue this style in all of my future works. So if you are interested, this is for sale, and I will leave that information in the description box below. And you can just open the door to the gardening shed, and she fits right inside. All right, I will see you all very soon. Until then, take care.